Hello everyone, I'm Mike and normally I have opinions, but today I am playing Minecraft as an extra for you guys. Um, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the game, but I have been playing for several years and it is probably my favorite game of all time. So I am not going to bore you with specifics of it, but I just wanted to tell you guys that the game is by Mojang, and it has been a critical success in quite a few areas. While I'm playing, just want to tell you a little bit about what I think is one of the major factors in the game's success, and why specifically I like playing it. Decided to do a Let's Play of it, considering there are countless Let's Plays out there already. Um, and by the way, I am running on the latest snapshot with a hardcore world, so we'll see how amusing it gets when I inevitably do die. But the I think the major reason why this game is so successful is the sandbox nature of it. Allows a lot of people to play it however they want to, and it is that I think has led to replayability. Although let me just say that I'm not entirely convinced that we can even classify Minecraft as a game per se, because it's more like an experiential kind of game where you experience this world in a way because you are so involved in remaking it to your own image, I guess. Not to say that this is a god sim by any means, or by any stretch of the imagination, but there is a measure of building and reshaping and that kind of thing, and I think that is part of what attracts a lot of people to it. Put in another way, and this might be a little bit better for some people, but it's Tetris on the computer. Or not Tetris, it's Legos on the computer. Although I have seen people put together a working Tetris game in here. It's all about perspective. Yes, so it's pretty much Legos on the computer. So if that doesn't tell you why this is such a successful game, I don't know what will. But yeah, to me, it's enjoyable, and I have played a great many hours of this game over the years, and as soon as I can figure out a visual glitch on my modded version, I would like to show you the world there at one point, because I think modding is also one of the biggest selling points of the game, because it allows people to customize the game in ways that I think a lot of people wouldn't have imagined. And here we are in a savanna with acacia trees. I do need to grab some wood here. Yes, as you can see, this game does give you achievements. And the achievements have a sense of humor, because one of them is getting wood, as you saw. But yeah, I think when people play games, they really are looking for an escape. And when you have something that allows you to do practically anything you want to with the addition of mods, that's a very powerful draw for people. And that's a factor for me as well. I mostly play modded Minecraft, which is sort of why I decided to play in the snapshots for this, because it will give me an excuse to play the newest snapshots. Otherwise, the mod, because of limitations of how things are done, the modded community is stuck on 1.6.4, at least until certain things get updated for 1.7. So, yes, it is one drawback to modding, is because there is no real way to, with the update. in a lot of ways, the modding scene is a race to wait. And I say this not to say anything at all about the mod makers, because the mod makers are incredible. I can't do what they do at all. They are just amazingly talented people who put together some amazing things. For example, there is a mod that adds the portal gun. Yes, the portal gun from Portal to the game. It works pretty cool. I actually have used the mod, although it's mainly a late game thing unless you have unless you manage to find one in a loot chest somewhere. But yes, you can get anything from the portal gun to basically a chainsaw in the game because of mods. So I always try to encourage people to check out the game, even if they're not big gamers, simply because there is so much to the game. And I think people would be surprised at how much this sort of thing would appeal to them. At least that's in my mind. Here's a sword, because we do need food. Oh, I am terribly sorry, cow. I must sacrifice you to feed my belly. But, yes, so I don't know how often I'm going to do this. I would like to do this for at least the next several weeks to kind of gauge opinion on it. I certainly do enjoy playing the game, and I am not going to consider it a hardship at all if people enjoy seeing me in the game playing. So please let me know in the comments or with likes or what have you if you want to see me continue playing. I am a very big fan of the game and will actually take any excuse to play it. Hence why I'm doing this. So you'll have to forgive me if I jump at the chance to see if I can entertain people with this game. And it is quite entertaining for me, because there's nothing better than hunting skeletons or creepers at night and completely owning them. But not creepers. Creepers ruin everything. Okay. So yeah, as I am recording this, I have just put up Monday's show, which was all about vampires. So I hope you enjoyed that. I would like to do something in the future with a couple of people talking about creatures of mythology and all of that. In fact, if you guys watch anything on the Geek and Sundry network, a lady named Dale Kingsmail has a mythology vlog that she does every couple of weeks for them, and she's quite entertaining with her vlogs, so I encourage you to go and check her out. But she seems to love Greek mythology quite a bit, and I think it would be interesting to talk to people who have a love for mythology about, maybe try to compare and contrast some different mythological systems to see similarities in certain tales and such like that. I think that would be entertaining, at least for a couple of shows. There's various topics like that I would actually like to talk about, because, as I've said several times, I do quite enjoy talking about mythology and legends and things like that. And I think there's a lot of that stuff that just isn't talked about enough in context of our modern tales and urban legends and things like that. And as I talked about in my superhero episode, there are quite a bit of mythological aspects to our superheroes, and I think that it's important that we recognize that. If no other reason than so we can pay, homage to what has come before us. I know that probably sounds silly or whatever, but I completely think that's true. Okay. Alright, time to block ourselves in for the night. I should have enough to make a furnace here, so that's good. And I really do think that mythology idea really comes across, especially in things like television and other things, because we have these archetypical characters that a lot of people probably don't realize are archetypical. Like, for example, if you would go and read Joseph Campbell, he talks about the monomyth, and that you can break a lot of characters down into these archetypical few. And while I think that in some cases it might be a bit of an overgeneralization going on, I think he has a certain... I think he is looking in the correct direction. Now, I am not about to gainsay someone like Joseph Campbell, who put decades of research into doing what he did. I just tend to take a broader view in some ways, simply because... Well, simply because I don't like to whittle things down to almost like a generic or homogeneous setup, because I think that detracts from the wonderment of myths and legends. Like, we know that there is no such thing as vampires or werewolves or anything like that, but to reduce it down to the concept of simply monster, I think it does a disservice to the whole idea of it. And that's just my opinion, obviously, because when you have somebody who has worked so hard to classify this stuff, it's insulting to them to deride it's insulting to deride their effort as well. So, but in the end, I'm just an enthusiast. I enjoy mythology, and I would still like to go back and learn more about it if I could. And that would be, I think, an interesting thing to do for a grad degree or something, but that is down the road, I believe. Oh, first night mining, isn't that wonderful? Okay, let's get some of this stuff burning here, shall we? So I think by the time I get up from mining, I will need to eat something. But yes, so I really hope you did enjoy the vampires episode. I'm still not entirely sure what I want to talk about on Friday. I'm sure something will pop into my head before then. It usually does. But yeah, I think mythology and all of that is such a diverse topic, but I obviously don't want to bore you guys with it, so Methinks I overused. Ooh, this is gonna be scary. And boys and girls, this is the this is the important lesson in not under getting resources before you have to go into your home for the first night. Oh boy. Alright, I think what I will do is I will cut here and we will come back in the morning just to catch up where things are, and at that point I will probably head out and get some more trees, but you don't need to see me sitting here all night, so catch up with you in a minute. Alright, we are back. During the night I ended up making myself a leather tunic and killing a couple of zombies that were hanging out in front of my hole here, which got me the achievement Monster Hunter. So that's fun. Okay, now I think it's time to get that tree and probably get some more food here. So I think what I do want to do is get some more of that raw steak. Okay, sorry about that. In case of catus interruptus there. I was saying about steaks is, yeah, I want to get some of those, more of those cooked up, so I'm gonna need charcoal. And of course, you know, you always want torches. But I want to make sure I get some saplings too so that I can replant at some point. Also got a stone sword here. I can't remember if you saw me make that or not. Oh, cow chases. Gotta love them. I don't always stay in one place for the first couple of nights, but I figured it would be a good idea just to hunker down, since I am playing, of course, hardcore here. I'd like to get some iron so I can get some better armor at least. So I will probably end up doing some mining, but I'll do all that off camera because you guys don't need to see that. You know, unless you want to, but I'm doing it and I think mining is boring. Yeah. The acacia tree here is one of the trees that they just added in 1.7, which is pretty cool. The first major tree added since they added birch and I think it's pine. Yeah, they added acacia, they added dark oak, I believe it's called, and I think they added one more. So I think it's pretty cool that they're starting to add new things to it. You know, with the new biomes, and then with the stained glass that people have been asking for since probably alpha. You know, I mean, that's one thing that kind of gets to me, because when the game first started out, it was just one dude making it. And today it's, I think, 3 or 4 that are dedicated to it. And, you know, for the most part, they're just cleaning up the mess that was left, because, well, when one person is doing code, at least this is the case for me when I did web development. Dude, your code can be a mess if you don't ever expect that anybody else is going to look at it. That's never a good idea, mind you. But, you know, let them clean the code up and stuff before you start complaining that they never add anything new. Considering every time they do add something new, you bitch and moan that they're not fixing bugs. So yeah, I might have strong feelings on the subject. But yes. So I am actually not going to make a standard door because on hardcore mode like this, um, zombies can break doors down. And I don't want to be down in a mine in the middle of the night and faced with a whole bunch of zombies coming into my room because, look, they broke the door. Okay, so I want 16. Um, there we go. Now we are on our way. Okay, so I think I am going to cut this now, so I can go down and do some mining once this is all taken care of, and we can get rid of the boring parts. Well, until I put up another one of these, probably in about a week, I will see you then. I have opinions, and so should you, especially in Minecraft. See ya.